Girl.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Girl is Agree to Disagree. I'm Jessica. This is busy. We are stressed out. We have no sleep. We are beyond ourselves. And I know that those who are watching probably are too. But before we get into all of this craziness, because we're here to talk about who flipped. Make sure you click like, subscribe, click to receive notifications, all that good stuff. Look at me. I turn like an Oompa Loompa right here. And then I don't.
Oh, that's
What is
what it is. We were trying to figure it out.
what
That's
is
what it
going
is.
on here?
I love it.
Look, I don't even care to find out why because I'm still trying to figure out who's
Yo,
going home today. So everybody, thank you for coming. I know this is a random time. Busy and I be random, right?
right.
So
Very much so.
I was so entranced in what was going on with these feeds the past couple of days and everything and trying to work and do all of this stuff. And Busy just like said, girl, we need to
We gotta
hop in
talk.
and talk. We gotta talk because there's a hot mess going on over here. And what the hell is going on? It is what Moses, when you said the most entertaining PJ, like I have not been this entertained in quite some time, and I think a lot of people could probably agree.
Yes.
Busy. I mean, for Busy to say, babe, we got to go on, and this man right now is packing. He's about to leave for a whole week. Like tomorrow's exit interview is
Yes.
unfortunately not going to be with Busy.
I'm not gonna be yeah.
But
I'm putting stuff together. I'm trying to find stuff. Me and my babe.
he's about
I
to
have a party.
go.
I have Oz's thing tonight.
Yeah, there is whoever's in Washington D.C. Azza from Big Brother 23 is
Mhm.
having her House Chops watch party tonight. I am so jealous that I cannot be there with you guys because I know that today is going to be such a great episode that I'm seething with FOMO right now. It's I like there's gonna be so many of y'all together and you're gonna be watching such a great what I feel is going to be a great episode. Because if it's anything like this recap or this veto episode yesterday, which was 2 hours, and the 2 hour episode, I know that you're rolling your eyes, Busy, but I really
You
don't
liked it?
think I kind of did just
Tell
a
us
little
why.
bit.
Oh
To
yeah, y'all make sure
expand
y'all
on
like this
that.
video and comment, subscribe to us. But why did you like the episode?
You know what? Because even though I've been watching the feeds, I feel like it did kind of capture all of the craziness that was going on in the house. So I feel like they did an accurate representation of what was going on.
It was
I don't
more
know.
spinning though than that. See, I think that this is what's missing because I feel like today should be a 2 hour episode, and yesterday could have been a 1 hour episode. There was so much spinning and chaos. I feel like they centered it around sorry, my contact is acting crazy. I feel like they centered it around Cameron and people having their conversations with Cameron when truly it was their conversations with Cameron and then their conversations with each other that made it so good. And they took out a lot of the conversations that they were having with each other because they were spiraling with each other. Like, what is he gonna do? This is what he said to me. What did he say to you? And that's what made it so good. And the episode kind of only focused on, which I mean, I like this. I do like to see Cameron get his lick back. Like Cameron's getting his lick back, and I do like Cameron's getting his lick back. Now, a lot of people don't like him. I'm up for this white boy joy and him getting his lick back. Like he's
Now, white boy, did you
this white
just
boy
say
joy.
white
He's
boy
excited
joy?
about it. He's so excited about him getting his lick back, and he don't care who he get out. And I like that for him.
No, you
But it
didn't just
was
say white boy joy.
that is white boy joy. But it was the other parts that were also interweaved and connected that made it good, which is why today and yesterday on the feeds, well, I guess in a little bit of the day before, is so good because it's
Yeah,
not only one conversation that you're having with one person. And I
agreed.
feel bad for production. It's all of the millions of conversations that everyone's having at one time.
Look,
That
I
makes it
never
amazing.
feel bad about production. After what they did to my season, I am never going to feel bad for production ever. This is what they deserve. No, I'm just kidding because I don't even think that they do. Let's be honest. The people on my production team probably were all fired. I have no idea. But for the most part, I just think that, of course, for people who are casuals in watching this, it's a good overall, like, I feel like it was somewhat true to
Mhm.
what was going on in the house, but as a live feeder, like, I think that we obviously we see a lot more, but it's so much more chaotic. You can't show that in a
Yeah.
not even in a 2-hour episode can you show that. But I get the clarity from watching the episodes because there's a lot of things that we don't see in the live
Mhm.
feeds that get a little bit more clarified in the episodes. So,
In
like,
the diary room sessions.
but live feeders like ourselves and the people in the chat and chat, you can agree or disagree with this. This is what we live for. We're living for the chaos. We want this chaos. I don't think casuals really want the chaos, hence why they don't want to know who's going up beforehand or who won the veto. They just want to stay and stick to whatever production is feeding them.
Yeah.
No offense, casuals, but that's just it. They just don't have time for the chaos. Like, for people like us, like, we thrive on chaos. We're just like, yes, yes, give me more chaos, give it to me, And I'm just like, first of all, let me just say, I am fucking loving America right now.
Me
America is
too.
my girl. She's my little sister, like, girl. And to tell you, like, and I will start by prefacing that I do really enjoy each and every person on this cast has really it's made it hard to root for somebody. Obviously, someone like America that is like coming into her own, and she's just saying, like, you know what, let this fucker burn. Let me light this match right now,
Yeah.
throw it in the bag, and let's see what happens. Because I feel like she's playing insanely messy, but it's what's giving the show so much more oomph, that I feel bad that it's toward Izzy because I really like Izzy too, and I love Sari. And no, not you. Oh,
I'm sorry. I
and this is
can't
okay. And
get
this is
with
why,
her.
and this
I
is
can't
why
get with
this
her.
show, and this is why this show is called Agree to Disagree. Obviously, I would not want to be here with anybody other than my boy Busy because he's the one who I probably argue with the most
Yes.
in terms of like what we think, and that's perfectly fine. And I don't know about the chat, let me know.
Jessica, how are you with her? Like, for someone to you know why your move was so iconic and why you're so iconic with your season
Mhm.
is because you're like, I'm not playing anybody else's game. Like,
True.
I see what's happening, and I'm tired of seeing I feel like I mean, this is spoilers, but this whole thing is spoilers. What Corey was saying I'm done playing everybody else's game. I'm done with it. I see what you're doing. I see who's controlling the house, and I'm not letting this BS happen anymore. And that's why the girls was standing for you because you were playing for you and your family, and you saw the stupidness that was happening in the house. My problem with Izzy is that you could be chaotic and you could bring a lot of mess and drama, but girl, what you gonna go back home to? If I was her girlfriend, I'd be looking at the TV screen every episode like, I hope that she really wake up from this because we need that money. We need that money.
Look,
You don't get
I
extra dollars because you were close friends with Sari. You don't get extra money.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, wait, okay. One of the things, and I think someone said it here too, that the TV audience didn't get to know Izzy as a character, so they're not really going to make the connection as much. I think a lot more live feeders are really into Izzy because they know how much chaos she has brought
Mhm.
into the house. But I don't think the production has done an accurate portrayal of like what this Izzy character is. So if she
True.
leaves, I feel like maybe the casuals, maybe we should get a casual up in here to kind of give us a feel. I feel like if you want to know what that feels like or or an idea of what a casual would look at this as, I think Jolene's channel is probably the best way to go and to watch one of her episodes when her husband is on, because
He
like
gives a
he
good
he
casual,
he
yeah.
doesn't watch the live feeds. He doesn't know what the hell's going on, and I think Jolene does a really good job of like talking to him and then getting his point of view on what's going on.
Agreed.
But look, I love Izzy for what it is, for like the chaos that she brings. I personally don't love the Izzy, Suri, Jared trio of like just steamrolling this house. So yes, do I feel like Izzy needs to go? Absolutely. Do I really want her to go? No, but I don't want Felicia to go either. And so in this case, I want Izzy to go just to break up this structure.
Agreed.
And if Jared is up next, which in like as we all know, this is kind of a live feed spoiler thing that, if you're a casual, you shouldn't really be watching this. You
Yeah.
won't know what the hell we're talking about. If you've been kind of keeping up, then that's, then you'll probably know what we're talking about. It seems like Jared might be next, next person out, which is very, very different than what literally 3 days ago what we were watching. Like literally 3 days ago, everybody was like, Cam and America are like America's leaving, America's leaving, America's leaving. And I have no idea how, like Jared, well, because at first people were talking, there were people on my page that were just telling me that Jared was playing this amazing game. And I am sorry, but he is such a
What
messy
show
ass
are they
player.
watching?
He was just talking about how he's in such a good spot. And I was like, look, and I said what I said because I said it. Like, he is nowhere. He is really nothing without his mother in this
Yeah,
case.
he's
Like,
not that
Sari
grok.
has been extinguishing fires literally since week 1. And I think that we've seen this, especially this week when she, like, if Felicia, like, I'm going to say it, Felicia saved her own game without even knowing it by picking Suri to be in this kayak with her, because the one thing she did was she kept Suri without even knowing it away from all of the gameplay, from all of the mess that her son constantly gets her in,
Mhm.
and
Well, her
I think
son
we've
and
seen
her
this
daughter both
firsthand.
did it. Her son did her son really created a big snowfall, and then her daughter like kind of finished it off. Like they both played a role into it, but it was God sent that Miss Felicia decided to be with Sari because she couldn't stop them. They were running amok, and the son was acting crazy, and then the daughter was talking crazy to random people. It was just, these feats have been so good. This
I,
is a 5-star meal.
Wait, first off, I need to know what there's a fight happening right now. Twitter's blowing up.
So you
Like,
remember when
when
we were
isn't
watching?
it?
Yes, it's still happening. This has been going on since my partner got home at like 3:50-ish. This has been going on for the past 2 hours. And the people are swapping and swapping who's in the room. But this Corey and Jared fight is just nobody's backing down. And Corey's my fave right now in this situation.
I'm gonna have to say, I'm all core America right now. The you know what? It's because I look at it from this perspective. Like, Corey and America make such a dynamic pair, even though they obviously have had some hiccups. They're not talking as much as they probably should. They've been trying to play a separate game for a very long time now. But the thing with America is that she's very spontaneous, she's very passionate, she's very Latina. She likes to just like say what it is when she says what she says. People think she's lying, but she's actually telling the truth. And the only thing that she's lying about is when she gets caught up with telling people the truth as to like, oh no, I didn't say that. That's literally, but she's not making up shit. She's not
Yeah.
Jared here just making up lies and things of that nature. Corey, on the other hand, is very cool, calm, collective, and he takes care of her. Like, I feel like they're like me and my husband. Like, I'm up here, he's down here. He brings me down a little bit. He grounds me. I feel like Corey grounds America. He like kind of cleans up a little bit of her mess. He's a little bit more of the strategic side, and she's the one that kind of gives him uh I don't know how to say
That
it in
boost.
English, but that, yeah, like that boost to grow some cojones and like do the damn thing,
Yeah.
get it damn done. Like it's like this flip, and if it happens, which I still believe we will still see an Izzy going home, because I don't see a world where any of these individuals would be okay with leaving that three. Is
They're
that an agree or
chipping
disagree? How
away
do we
at
look at
it
this?
though. Okay, so Jessica, you want to start with like where how we got here? Because Jared was chipping away at what was going on a little bit. I think the thing that's stopping it only a teensy bit is Corey standing his ground. But I felt like some of the dum dums in the group. I don't want to call them dum dums. Some of the people who sway, like the Jags and the Bowie Jones, I felt like at some points they were like, that makes sense a little bit. And it was only Corey being like, nope, stupid, dumb, that's a lie. But it's somewhat, it was working. So you want to talk about how we got here? I am
In
definitely
what
thinking about that.
aspect? How
Okay,
does
so
anybody know how we got here?
if we're gonna go back, so y'all remember we not this is not Rob has a podcast. We are just discussing what we saw, how we felt about it. Um So, Jared has been going around, and after the power of veto, which he decided he wasn't going to use, but he was really going to point a target into Jag's direction in some way, some shape, some form. So somehow he let it be known to his girlfriend that he was hunching on that he was going to make sure that Jag was going to be the one who was a target. Didn't matter what was happening. And he started planting little seeds. Uh, some of the seeds that he was planted, they came back to him full fold because Corey and Matt decided to have a conversation. And as they're talking, they're starting to realize, some of these things don't line up like they said that they should. And Corey started hearing things from Ken, which made him realize, I didn't tell them that. America didn't tell these people that. What's going on? So they started to realize there is a big group. Now I want to say they started to realize America has been saying there's a big group. We need to get the people to realize there's a big group. She then started to get her boyfriend, who doesn't kiss very well, Corey, to realize you need to help me let the people know that there is a big group. What do we do? How do we do it? Yeah, Jared, you're right, Scott. Jared isn't good at planting seeds because the thing is, he doesn't sow them.
He's
He's just
messy.
dropping them wherever.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just dropping.
he's not
He's like,
sowing the seeds. He's just dropping them. Okay, and he got to remember which ones he threw out. But he's just dropping seeds, and then he doesn't sow them. So the people are running them and taking them. So AmeriCorey, they're deciding, you know what? Let's see who we can get, how we can get them. They both start with Matt. Matt was a very easy one to get because he's starting to realize, okay, things are not as they seem. And the stuff that people are telling me is not the stuff that really should be coming back to me. Matt and Corey, they really had to tease Jag into the situation. I love how Cameron, the HOH, but he really didn't play a part of it outside of being the HOH. They really had to tease Jag into the situation. You know, this stuff that they were saying about you. This is how it came to us. This is how this came to us. This is how this came to us. And slowly you saw Jag's mind opening. Um, a little bit later in this conversation, I feel frustrated because of now how they're treating Jag, because of who they're trusting over the person that they told Jag not to trust. It's stupid to me. And then the only person they had, Bowie Jane, she said, look, the people made me cry already. So either one of these people can go. She was an easy buy-in. Mimi was the last resort. And I still don't understand how they truly got Mimi. Do you know? Were you watching
well,
the piece how they
I
really got her?
mean, ultimately, Felicia, well, um, basically, it all intertwines. However, with the Mimi situation, America told Mimi that she didn't think that they would get the votes to save Felicia.
Yeah.
That was, and I think again, it was again planting seeds. Something that America was like, I kind of, I'm kind of not good with the fact that I said that. She told Corey, I'm so sorry. I kind of told, Mimi that this was happening. But Felicia heard from somewhere completely different. I keep on forgetting where she heard it, but she told Mimi, and I think I think from several different sources, Mimi started to get that information and was being told, Corey talked to Mimi. Then Corey was the third person to talk to Mimi, thinking that he needed to kind of, smooth over the whole America conversation. And then from there, Mimi started put two to two together. Corey basically told her everything, gave her a ton of information that Mimi did not have, and said, hey, you were almost left out of last week's vote. You and Felicia were only told an hour beforehand. So this was kind of like Mimi's way of kind of like putting things together, even though she wasn't really saying anything. She was just like, okay. And then she was going to vote for Felicia anyway. Mind you, like Mimi has this whole construct that it is brown sugar babies till the end. So if anything, she feels insanely blindsided by both Jared and Sari, because it is a no-brainer that they would keep Felicia over Izzy. Like, yes, she's in, the Bye Bye Bitches with Izzy and Bowie and all of them. But who Mimi is like most, loyal to is those brown sugar babies. So she's saying, hold on, I'm most loyal to brown sugar babies. In her head, if that's what I'm doing, I'm keeping Felicia regardless. And you're telling me like that they're not, that they've kept me out of votes. Okay. But I think it was Sari who kind of like really cemented this down when Sari told Mimi that they didn't have the votes to save Felicia. And I think that's when Mimi realized and called out bullshit. Like, she didn't tell Sari, she was just kind of like, okay. But this is really the downfall of Mimi, or like maybe not the downfall of obviously brown sugar babies.
Yeah.
However, it is kind of like this reawakening, this emancipation of Mimi.
Love it. I love it. Come on.
You like how I said that? The emancipation of Mimi.
Carey.
She's just coming up. She's really starting to wake up, and I absolutely love this. Oh no, Tay the Bass said they cut the feeds.
Yeah, you know where we are in life when my fiance is talking about the feeds being cut.
Oh no. Tay said, oh my God, they cut the feed. Now I have to go watch my boo on TV. How wild. Wait, so what? What happened now? Where did it end?
So
the
now
people in the chat. I want to know people in the chat before busy. Where did it cut?
We want to know where
if they cut the
feeds.
Tay, if Tay could say it, or someone who's on the chat, just let us know.
He's
where
like
they
playing
ended.
Pokemon and doing the feeds and Twitter and watching us at the same time. So
amazing.
I guess it's a gift.
I love myself a king that can, that can hit all points. All points.
Well, all of yesterday was chaos, because then you had this group who collectively decided, look, we're going to keep Izzy, and everybody was taking out their notebooks and comparing notes. And that's what I loved about yesterday. You had people communicating with each other who we really didn't see talk to each other like that as much before. Like, I stayed up for at least 3 hours just watching Mimi and Jag talk. And it was just them sitting down, comparing notes, saying what was going on. She didn't know about the 7 deadly sins. And it's weird how much I forget how much Mimi didn't know. Because when he was telling her about the 7 deadly sins, she was like, what are you talking about? Wait, can you roll that back? What are you saying to me? And they're talking. So then Matt, he's going to Cameron, he's going to Corey. They're all deciding that Jared is a liar. I will say they have their sights set on Jared. I think they understand that Sari, Izzy, and Jared are this like main trio. But they have their sights set on Jared, because Jared is the one who's in a lot of these conversations. And like we said before, he's the worst at planting seeds. So he's throwing out things, he's lying, he's trying to use he's gaslighting in a way that he's acting like he's saying something to you, but that's not really what was going on. And it's starting to get back to him. And then as all of these conversations was going on, Jared goes to sleep and Izzy wakes up. And Izzy's having a conversation with Corey, and she's disrespecting America and saying how she will put up America and she needs to go. And if she wasn't the one that was up, and how you gonna tell somebody boyfriend that? So then all hell starts to break loose even more because now we're running around and America's mad at Izzy and Corey is understanding like, yeah, this is even more cementing that Izzy, Sari, and Jared are together. This is why she feels this way about you. We would have been next if we weren't together. Now we really have to get this group together. Child, and while Izzy and Jared sleep in the house is conspiring. Shout out to Cat. The house was conspiring the whole time. And it just I think what I loved the most about yesterday is it was them comparing notes, talking to each other, and then it was little minute things like what day did you know about the vote being flipped? And that's when they started to backwards think. Like I think that's what happened to Mimi. Wait a second, you said what? Oh, that's why. Then she starts to realize all of these other reasons because. And I think the same thing was happening with Jag. My whole thing is, I have a question, Jess. Where the hell was Blue?
She's oh look, I'm not even gonna say anything because I don't want to.
Where the hell was Blue? I'm thinking about everything that happened yesterday. I'm thinking to myself, I don't remember Blue at all.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna say it because I know that our things get clipped, and I don't want this. I don't want this information going out.
We're gonna leave it alone.
In those random messages of like, this is what Jessica said. She was being so and so and so. Like
it was almost like she didn't exist yesterday.
But I will let Danny. I will let Danny T say his opinion. I may agree or disagree with this
Danny.
comment. Danny knows where Blue was. Like I don't know.
It was ridiculous. I have a question. So you know what? All of this stuff was happening, and they decided to flip the vote and say that Izzy needs to leave. They also decided that they didn't want to tell Miss Felicia. Do you think that was the right move?
Absolutely. Look, the thing with Miss Felicia is, God, we love her. She makes a good meal. She has a loud laugh. I know. I've been there. I've heard, a lot about my laugh and my voice as well. So I feel for her, but I think that added level of chaos in Miss Felicia knowing would have given people a right to target her and get her out. Here's the thing. Like the biggest problem with Izzy right now is that some reason while being on the block, she felt this sort of superiority in the fact that it is very strange. She still felt like she had everything on lock. And when you're on the block, like that's the last place that you need to you need to humble yourself down a couple of pegs to be able to survive a block. Like case in point, and not to say like I talk about this a lot with Kemi because Kemi and I were on the block together during my season. My whole strategy was to lay the hell down. I don't care if you were looking for team fun feeds. I was not going to be a part of that fun feeds because I wanted to stay. I wanted to play a game. I wanted to be there. You could watch absolutely anybody else on TV. Like I would not have cared. My ass and my goal was to be able to be there as long as possible. And sometimes that's not fun for feeds. I'm not trying to be chaotic right now. Okay, I was aboard. It is what it is. But
Mimi has been for a lot of the
like
feeds.
I could have blown up. I could have said, I know that, Kemi is Jack's target. I know that, Bella threw me under the bus. I'm going to start talking shit about Bella. Then Bella was going to start, talking about, oh no, now we need to get rid of Jessica because Jessica's like, the big target because she's the one who's, trying to conspire to get all of these votes and blah, blah, blah. No, my ass was just chilling. Had Miss Felicia known and she was trying, like all she's doing is asking questions right now. I'm here thinking I got votes and I don't got votes. What's going on? But she doesn't really know. Everything was like try to keep her calm
Right.
because this flip is going to happen. I've been told, hey, I've been told on the side, hey, things are trying to flip, but keep calm. Like the last thing you want to do is put attention to yourself. And that's what I feel like,
They were protecting her
you know.
from getting
And
attention.
Boo, and I know it's like I miss Kemi on this platform, no, but yeah, she doesn't mess with Big Brother like that no more. So
She's not
this was
running to
like, to
to
be
the
quite
beach.
honest, she's not watching. She's not watching feeds. She's not watching the episodes. Like I can attest. Like sometimes she will message me and she will get messages, but she's not.
She's not running to the
Unfortunately,
feed.
about that, she's not running. She's not willing to do podcasts like that. Shit, we're hardly like on
We
this,
are here, and we love the
we are,
show.
and we love it, and I love to talk about it, but it's hard enough as is to do once every couple weeks. But yeah, going back, I feel like Izzy had just like this sense of superiority while being on the block, and like it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind that she could talk to Corey and Corey try to apologize. America trying to apologize to her while she's on the block. Like, who are you? Like, she's the one who's like on the block. She should be apologizing to you. She should be kissing ass to you guys
Right.
about why she needs to stay. What not, oh my God, you said something. So next week I'm gonna target you, even though I'm on the block. Like Jared, how is Jared, like all of them? Like Suri was like literally the only person who understands this game. She's the one who's chilling. She's the one who's trying to be calm and collective and telling
Mhm.
Jared, do not talk about Corey in America. What does he do? Talk about Corey in
About
America,
Corey in
about how he's
America.
gonna put them on the block. Like you literally gave the reasons to them on a pedestal as to why Izzy needs to leave. Even
Yep.
with someone like Corey, where Izzy is actually very team Corey, you are giving him the option of like, I need to cut ties with her because she's more loyal to them than to me, so now she needs to go. It was like the stupidest move. And I don't know. And it, just hearing Jared speak on this, like and we've seen kind of like a 360, with Jared. It was like she needs to go, like literally telling Corey that America's his target and she needs to leave. Like, I'm sorry. If I'm in that house and you're telling me my number one is leaving, and in the emotion and in the hatred and in like the
The
way
Izzy
that
way.
Jared said it,
Izzy
yeah,
said it too.
what?
Yeah.
And then Izzy saying, I'm gonna have to side with Jared on this. She's gonna need to go. No, on the block. I'm sorry, but you on the block and you're telling me that my number one, my boo, is gonna leave? You out your damn mind. You are out your damn mind. Like, look. Again, I love this season so much, and I love each and every one of these people. Some of the worst players I've seen, and I wasn't that great of a player. I wasn't even the amazing strategic, like all this. I just knew moves had to be done,
You
which is
saw
why
through the
I
BS though.
saw through, and I didn't have enough of the influence,
Yeah.
enough of the power to be able to really switch some things around. Like even after my HOH, I had, unfortunately, I was in a group that couldn't withhold the power.
Yeah.
Like I won, and then all of a sudden the other side
Right.
won HOH. So it's very, very hard to kind of do that. But even with that, I'm like, what is going on here? Jared, like all like don't
He
get me
blew up
started with
stuff and
Jag.
took a nap for the majority of the day.
Yeah. I like, look, is someone said like what? Rookie moves?
Rookie moves. And the thing is, I think what I love the most about a lot of it, and maybe it's because like I have like very deep intuition and like I'm spiritual and stuff like that. It was almost like Izzy woke up in her pig costume and was like, I effed up.
She
I effed
did.
up. I effed up.
She did.
I effed up. I didn't do this right. And then you had Sari trying to calm her down. And she's like, okay, well, so how did you say it? Was it bad? Well, she's like, well, no, I effed up. And she had a conversation. She apologized to me, and I wasn't mean. I was just directed. I effed up. Like it was after every second when she was recanting the whole conversation, she just kept saying to herself, I did this. And I wish she wasn't so hard on herself because it wasn't her alone, but she doesn't know about the other stuff that much yet. She just knows that she deeply affected the two people who are at this point spearheading her demise. And that's what she knows. So she's like, what? I know that Corey and America are the ones who are really good leading this charge. And because I made them mad is why I'm in this seat. She's not really realizing that, yeah, your brother had a hand in it too. You just solidified it. You put a stamp, or you lick the stamp and you put it on. He wrote the letter, you lick the stamp and you put it in the mailbox. And that's where it happened. But her, the whole entire night, realizing like, oh my God, it was me. I did it. They're coming after me. It was sad and fun to watch because then her and Sari, they kept trying to play this song and dance of, well, who do you see? Where are they? Try to go in that room. Okay, where they at? They're upstairs. Where's Mimi? Mimi's with Jack. Okay, so they go with Jack and go with me. And you just say this random pig going into the bathroom. She's going into the playroom. She's just going in these separate rooms trying to figure out what's happening because she knows she has to play catch up. And I felt bad for her because at the point, it was like, I want to say it was like 12 o'clock in Big Brother time. It was like 3 o'clock here. She, at some point, she was just sitting in rooms knowing that she was the outsider. Sometimes she was
Absolutely.
just sitting there and it was Jack,
Isn't that
Candy.
wild too?
It's sad
It's
to watch, but she
it's
realized
sad.
it.
It's sad to watch, but like at the same time, this is like she had been literally in the top in the alliance this whole time doing the same exact thing to other people,
Mhm.
and so and I mean this is the way of the game. I'm not
I was
blaming her.
saying,
I'm
do you
not
feel
saying
bad
that
for
this
people like
is
that? Because that's how you
um
play. I
it
get. Well, no, you
well
can play different. You can play in there's different ways to play Big Brother. But you're gonna lie at some point, and someone's gonna lie to you at some point. Or at least that's how it's happened. So how bad can you feel when it happens to you? I mean, we're
yeah.
human, you have emotions, but do you feel bad? I mean, you've been in the house. You know you lied to somebody. So are you
That's the
hurt
name of
when
the
somebody
game.
lies to you?
It's the name of the game. Oh, but yes, because some well, I guess it all really depends on the type of player you are, right?
Yeah.
So we had to understand again is that we're watching this and getting mad for other people, getting mad at situations, saying, "Oh, you should have done this," because you're looking at it from another point of view, from your point of view, from
Right.
how it affects you if someone was to do this to you. But
Mhm.
everybody plays differently, right? Some people would be more emotional where you look at someone like like why they wanted to get Heisem out earlier because they said that he would be a very critical jury member where he would be talking about, oh, you weren't loyal, you were lying, you weren't, ethical, you weren't this or that or the other, and kind of using a type of morality to the game when there
Yeah.
really isn't a morality piece in there.
Right.
Um, uh, but the beauty about Big Brother is the fact that there are no rules. You are
Mhm.
being thrown into this house. You're being thrown into this house. Nobody is telling you what you can and cannot do, with the exception of like obviously no hate speech, like
Right.
respectful to, like make sure you don't talk about production, make
Keep
sure
your
there's
hands to
certain
yourself.
rules. Yeah, keep your hands to yourself. Like basic rules that you would
Right.
think, okay, but other than that, they're not saying you can't lie about a dead grandma. They're not saying you can't lie about your age, where you come from, who you deal with, like if someone else is in the house, there are no rules.
Right.
So the people are thinking, oh, they can't do this, or this was wrong, or that, like, look, just because I say that I'm going to try to be as honest as possible and as loyal as possible, someone like like let's say someone like Mimi, who is in a couple of alliances with roughly the same amount of the same people
Yeah.
in different ways, she doesn't feel the need to you go in and out and count numbers and do all this because she feels like she's a part of the majority and she wants to be loyal. That is her game. Is
Right.
it the wrong game? No. Are people more active? Yes. Are other people, is she still in the game? Absolutely. Because people aren't watching her move up and down and in and out and act high and mighty and figure this A, B, and C out.
Yeah.
She realized these are the people I fuck with, these are the people I don't fuck with, and that's that, and this is how I'm going to play this game. I feel
Right.
like I did very much of a similar situation. My idea was to be cool with everybody, but I had the people that I was going to roll with and the people that I wasn't, and that was my and that's, you need some of those people, you need some of the rat floater people that are going to throw, but like here everybody, like it's insane. And I think I was going to talk about this when they say this house meeting of just the Corey versus Jared, who were actually final twos in a sense. And I think Corey really felt that he was going to go all the way, with Jared, versus Jared. I don't know how or why he wanted to flip his shit and not, and not do this. But now that they're having this house meeting, Jared, for the immense, not, I mean, like horrible game player that he is, in sense of the fact that he just says whatever the hell he wants, thinks that there's no consequences, thinks that there's,
He's a
that.
liar.
But
He
it's
lies.
but it doesn't matter, Busy. It doesn't matter if he's a liar. This game is built on
Yeah,
lies.
but it's like
Everybody's a liar.
it's a, I feel like there's some I mean, maybe not, because sometimes he's just like, I was in the room with these three people and hey, you want me to go get them because I'll go get them, and it's like, but you weren't. Like,
Did I say Jasmine or did I say Jared?
Jerry, you said Jerry, you said Jerry.
Oh, I thought I was reading Natalie's comment. I was like, who's Jasmine? And I was like, did I say Jasmine?
Sometimes it's just a lie that's just so out there that's like, you didn't have to say that. I don't know how to explain it, but when I'm listening to him sometimes and I'm looking, I get mad at his lies. Now, if they're like little tweaks to real situations where it's like, well, I was talking, I was in a room with such and such, and he did say this, then I'm like, okay, I can see how you play that and how you can switch that around just in case you get caught. He'd be like, yeah, and then Julie Chen came in the room, but then production asked her to leave. It be lies like that. And it's like, really? Jared said to Julie Chen, yeah, then they said that he said that Julie got to leave. And it's just stuff like that. And it's small bits and pieces of it where people start to put the puzzle pieces together. And it's like, you're a liar, bro. Like, you're a walking liar.
You're a walking lie. You're a walking lie. Right? Let me say first, thank you, I'll watch,
Thank you,
for
I'll
the
watch.
super chat. Thank you so very much. We appreciate that for supporting the channel. It says quick question, Jessica. I was over the moon when you won your HOH. Thank you. The other side, not so much. But what would you have done if you would have gotten the same reaction that Cameron got? Not the camera reaction.
Like,
I don't know.
I guess
not one person hugged him. Well, here, I don't know. You know what? I still really would have gone through with my with mm, who I picked, and
really?
I'll tell you this. Absolutely.
Okay.
Here's the thing. What people don't know, well, not that people don't know, I feel like anybody who's watched and has watched me play or has watched my season and watched live feeds know that there was a power, it was leaning much toward one side.
Yes.
I loved this aspect because there's just so many different people that there isn't a power, there's an exchange of power every given the circumstances, but I think it's because there's more diverse amount of people. Like, you can't just have the cute pretty Instagram folks together in one on one side, and then the old and them targeting the older or minorities. They're everybody, like a majority, like the majority of the people right now are just so diverse and mixed in that it's very easy to kind of flow in and out.
Yeah.
To me, it was a perfect mix of the issue that was at hand, the fact that the flip, not the flip. There was a flip that was going to happen before my before my
HOH.
HOH, and that was Kat, who was my number one. So that made it a lot easier for me to place blame on the ones that were starting the flip. And then the fact that I wanted Jack out specifically because he was a person that I just could not work with. At one point, you know that you're going to put up people that you just cannot work with. And I give Cameron that the you know the applause, because even though he did get the nominations a little bit wrong, he still put up part of that power structure and said that they need to go. However, he wanted Izzy to go, and she's probably leaving not because of him, but because of the situations around. It could have been just a little bit, but it wasn't his complete doing. It actually wasn't anybody's complete doing.
Do you feel like he got it wrong? Because I don't like, he's not taking out.
I think well, here's the thing. He got it wrong because he wasn't very aware of the relationships. Like anybody could have told you that, and I feel this, like that Jared was close, is super close to Suri, is super close to Izzy. Like,
not you almost saying my name.
No. And the way that he actually confided in Jared, of all people, it just didn't. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just realized that you guys almost have very similar names too.
Please don't remind me. And then who he's doing it to?
I don't know. Wait, I'm busy. I'm gonna throw out your information for a little bit because first off, this is too funny. If you all don't know, Busy and Jared have the same birthday.
We have the same birthday. We have similar first names.
Very
and
similar. Like
he's doing
like
it
a letter
to my last name.
Wait, what?
My last name, Blue.
Oh my God. Let's not hold this against Busy.
I know.
Not hold it against
it just doesn't bode well for me, anything that he's doing.
That's wild to me because I almost said Busy's name because Jared
they're so similar. They're so similar. We have the same birthday. Our names are similar, and he is having sex with the person with my last name. So it's just all wild.
It is, but and this is why I say, like, I can understand that Jared is a very emotional person. Like, you could just tell he's been babied by his mom. Like, and no offense to Suri, because that's what we do as mothers. Like, you baby your child, but I feel like
I want my mom to baby me.
It's like he's not functioning without his mother. Like, how do you function this world without your mother? Just I feel like Suri has misted Jared like his whole life,
My mom kicked me out the door. She said, "Get out of here."
I'm just trying to figure out, like, how did you make these key decisions in your life? But it's because you have a mama like Suri. This makes sense.
He's still young though. Like, he's still in his 20s.
Oh,
right?
He is.
Girl, I know you telling the lie. What? And what are we gonna be called? The B-Day Twins podcast?
I'm dead. I'm really dead about
the B-Day Twin podcast, girl. You would please.
Look.
I could not. I have morals and values. I just have ethical things. Just knows this about me. There's some people I just cannot take.
Look.
And we have to really be the same morally, and the values have to align, or I just cannot take it. And Jared is not one of those. Now, I would love to get a chance to know him and see how he's doing, but that's where it is. The B-Day Twins podcast coming next year, you guys.
Oh my God, no. I love you, but I would not be watching.
So back to, you think that Cam made, you say you think he made the best decision?
I don't. Well,
you think he didn't make the best decision?
Well, no. First of all, if anybody was going to be like, why would you put Felicia, like, literally, why would you put Felicia up? It just to me does not make, does not make sense. Um, Izzy, Suri would have made the perfect amount of sense.
I think
Uh,
he was not trying to chop off the head of the see, because I feel like what he likes doing is, and this is very scary and serial killery. But I feel like he wants to toy with you. You know how like the scary movie Saw, like we're gonna watch this happen to you. How are you gonna get yourself out of the situation? And if all of you, if any of you like Saw, that's
mm,
kind of how Jigsaw plays the game. It's just like you're the person who did bad morally. So let's see if you'll slice your finger to get this key. Like, let's see if you're going
yeah.
to. And I think he's looking at Sari as the master. But if I take these limbs that you have away, now let's see how much you're going to be able to thrive. And I think Izzy being his target, as he has been trying to state it to us in an edited version on TV, with Izzy being the main goal and Sari being with Sari being the main goal, but right now Izzy being the target, it makes her have to crumble and she gets a little bit sadder. It's like you lose a little bit of pieces of yourself till you have no pieces of yourself left. And him watching her lose pieces of herself is what I think is it's feeding him. You know, he drives off of
Mhm.
his ego. He's driving off of the mischievous mischievousness, if that's a word, about it all. And I love that for him. So he's not attacking her directly. He's like, I'm just gonna take away your children one by one. And then tell me how you're gonna beat us. And I think I like that for him.
Yeah. Let me just talk to Moses real quick here,
Uh-huh.
because I just want to clear the air and say that Jared, well, I don't know if you're assuming that this is a Jared hating, comment or a podcast or whatever the
You're
case
right.
is. You know, I'm strictly talking about game, and yes, he has personal things that I don't care about. However, I'm not rude to absolutely anybody that I meet, like, in the
It's a
in
unique
in
family,
in the
and I've
big
watched
brother
these
in the big
people.
brother
Yeah,
community. Like, I am not about to fight someone else's battles. I'm not, like, the beef is not with me. It is not me trying to outcast anybody, or however. I mean, I know that there's a big stan base here, in terms of the big brother community. There's big hater phase, like, I can be seriously objective about, like, what is going on in the game, and if I agree with decisions. And whether you're saying, like, are there people that are constantly spewing out, hate or doing other things, and have been friends with people outside of the house? Absolutely. Because you know what, sometimes, and I promise you, sometimes the people that you think are the most loved, people, some of the alumni don't even mess with. And, like, because
ain't
it
that the
is,
truth?
some people, like, in the house play a facade, and when you're outside of the house, things change. And I'm not saying that this is directed to one specific person. I'm just saying, this is the reality that I see. And the past 4 years that I've been a part of this alumni community, I have seen very different facets of people, where I would have thought I would get along with this person. I'm just be like, oh, the little cringe, the thing that they're saying now that the cameras are off. Some people that have said what they said, on the cameras, and are trying to be, more apologetic, or, nicer, or whatever the case is. Like, I'm not a judge or juror to these people, So I don't think that there should be a reason that people cancel
Yeah.
anybody from this season. Will people be talking? Yes. Do people hold them accountable? Absolutely. Like, I seen this behind the scenes and in front, and, like, while we're watching, I'm not gonna have fights with people at somebody else's watch parties or at somebody else's fan events. I know that when I go to fan events, people aren't fans of me. and they might be fans of other people, vice versa. Other people go in to see me and may not care about other people that are in that place. And that's what you just have to do. Like, we're all grown adults. Everybody's a grown ass adult. So, I just wanted to make that comment just in case I needed to somehow like pin it or do something,
Oh, so and
because I
Moses,
feel
you're
like it happens
correct. You
every.
you are right. Some people will be taking selfies and hanging out with them, and that's life. So you're right. No one's saying that you're wrong. But and I'm not it. I'm definitely not. I've never been in a house, but it's a Big Brother family and community, and they've all gone through an extreme experience that none of us will ever be able to understand. So if she says smooches
True.
in a picture
This
with
is
Jared,
different.
and we'll just keep going, and that's
This
it.
is different. And like, and I'll say, look, this is different.
Tomorrow's
And I don't know about other people. I don't know about other people. I could, there's exceptions to the rule
I'm gonna
here.
be beat.
Like, obviously, I've never talked to Jackson or Jack a day out of the Big Brother house, nor have I tried to talk to a couple other people from my season. But that is my own personal experience with them. If people, like I said, like the fandom is interesting because
Yeah.
like they will take on other people's
We'll take on your beef.
hate, and
I
will
still
take
don't
on
like
my
how you
beef.
did
Yeah.
Jessica 3 years ago, and I'm gonna fight for you. And I'm ready to go to this event, and I'm gonna yell.
You know, I mean, and then other people, like, you can just by watching these, you could be like, I really don't like that person. And guess what?
You don't
You're
have to talk to them.
entitled. We look, our our podcast is called Let's Agree to Disagree. So like, I'm here and saying that I'm not a big stan. I don't, first of all, I don't stand anybody like that. I might call them queen. I might like really just adore them as individuals. I have a high, I put them high on the pedestal. But in terms of stan, like, I feel stan is just like such a hardcore word. Like, I will never take on, like you said, anybody's beef. I would never, be that type of person, as much as people like love to just, um shit on Todrick. This is a hot take, but like, I've seen the things that he has done to the to the people coming out of the house, that has been just a huge help for them to just adjust back into the real, back into the real world.
Yeah, you don't have
Um
to like his ethics or what
you
he
don't
said,
have
but
to
he
like what
helps
he said
them
on the show. You don't like
readjust.
to, I don't know his life. I don't know the things. I've seen what he's done for the BB community and how he's been there for some people. Um Good people and bad people
Yeah.
alike. He doesn't unfortunately, he doesn't take on people's beef either. So like, I don't know.
No.
And this isn't like a Todrick love, post. I'm just saying that like, I like, as I understand why people would not like him
This
and
is a
want to
Todrick
cancel
Hall
him.
stand account, and I'll take and I'll take
I
no
said,
disrespect.
like, here I am saying that we are not a stan. We are
This
not,
is a
but
Todrick Hall
again,
stand account, and we will take no Todrick Hall backlash. Block them all, everybody.
you
um
know,
yeah, but no, it's life. Okay, you're gonna like who you like, you're gonna not like who you don't like. And that's why it's called Girl Let's Agree to Disagree, because I'm not gonna like who you like, you're not gonna like who I like, and then next week our feelings about who we do and
yeah,
don't
but
like
I'm not
ain't gonna
gonna like
change.
not like. I'm not gonna not like Busy for liking someone I don't care for. Like he's
Now,
still,
but just
he's
will
still my
say,
boo.
really?
I will, and I'll call him out on it, and I'll be like, please tell me
That's the
why.
first
Like,
thing
I
she'll
just
say.
don't
When I like somebody, she's
understand.
like, really?
I'm just like,
Yes.
I was like, okay, so my bestie has no
let's
taste,
let's
but it's
let's talk about
okay.
this.
It's okay. We'll no. But instead, like, why does Jared confront anyone and he's not on the block? Anyone, he's not on the block.
Oh my
Here's the
god, can we get to
thing.
that? Because there's a party that I'm supposed to be going to that I will be late for.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about this because Jared is literally, I think, the person who is most to blame for this flip. The
Mhm.
fact that he hasn't really, because of his emotions and however he's feeling about America, has kind of lost track to maintain his relationship with Corey. And at this point, like, the way he talks to Blue is the way he talks to Corey, is the way he talks. Like, it's very obvious that when he talks to people, there is not much empathy as you would
Mm-hmm.
see in someone like Sari. Sari understands like a person's like emotions and how to kind of like smooth that over and come from a place of just like care and concern. And I know, and it sucks, and all of this and that. Where Jared is just like, he's all emotion, and it's like, you hurt him, if it's something he don't like, fuck that, I don't care, I'm gonna do, and he just comes at you. And I think that obviously his hands are number one, his hands are to make sure that his mother is not on the block,
Right.
right? His mother, like, so this was the thing, he understood that he had the votes to be able to keep Izzy. Now, pending that everything would go smooth. Again, if Izzy was to just have let it ride, be cool, calm, collective, just checked in every once in a while, make sure the votes were good, not made a mess. But what happened? Sari was kayaking with Miss Felicia.
Paddling away.
She was on vacation, paddling her way with Miss Felicia, and he was out here running amok, just completely undoing everything that she has made, tried to keep really nicely packaged. And it mostly was directed toward Corey. And the thing is that Corey has he's been at work. He has these relationships, and he knows how to talk to people, and he knows how to maintain these relationships. And once he just got a whiff of just, he was actually, 100%, well, I could be like 90% sure that he was the glue that tied those pieces together. He really did. And I know that America lit that match, and she's like, "Ooh,
Go,
all
baby,
to
go.
hell. Let's watch it like go to flames and shit."
Yeah.
But Corey was able to keep it, together, and had this. The only way that this would have been able to flip is if Corey was all the way on board. And the only way Corey was on board was when he realized that Jared was coming
It's
after
all off.
America,
Yeah.
that Izzy was also on board with Jared coming after America, and then realizing that this structure that he's in with them is not going to work for him. And and he decided to flip. Am I giving Corey all of the, you know,
What I think, but
all
I
of the
think we,
accolades?
I
No. I
think we
feel like
can. I think
no,
we
absolutely
can.
not.
Yeah, because
Had
today,
America not been like throwing those seeds of like, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, Corey would not
but I feel like
have been able to do that.
America at this point, especially with everything that was happening today, um, so for all of you who are still catching up, today was when I don't know if production woke them up or what, but Sari and Izzy were up first, and they said, "Okay, we have to figure out what we have to do and who we have to talk to." Then Jared was up, and Jared was going around and saying, "Okay, well, I'm going to start blaming things on Jag." He started talking to Corey, started talking to Matt, and all of these things were going to Jag. I think where where America is the mess, and everybody can say, well, America, and they're putting America's name everywhere. Nobody's directly worried about America. Where they're directly worried about, well, Jag, you're a person, and you're a liar, and Matt, didn't you know, and you lied to me, and they even had Bowie Jane up in the room. Bowie Jane, tell us if we needed to, and Corey, how about you need to tell us? I felt like America was just a little bit of seasoning, and everybody saying like she's just a little seasoning, she's a little tahini, while
No.
everybody else is arguing about who did what and who lied. They keep saying America's name, but nobody's confronting America, and America's not in the room when any of these fights start.
Well, no,
Nobody
but that's
starts attacking her. She's just a little seasoning on top of the arguments.
correct, but she's the one who's starting it all without even her no, actually she probably does know. And the thing is like, there are so many secrets that she was tired of just keeping them. She's trying to look for the next person who wants to play, who wants to play, who wants to play with me, who wants to play with me. She's very, very isolated. I understand that aspect of like trying to play the game and having nobody to play it with because you don't quite trust anybody. And then
Mhm.
that absolutely everybody who's talking right now is telling each other everything, you know? So, hey, my name is being said. So why not throw everybody else under the bus? Why
Yeah.
not me just tell Cameron if he's the only one who's going to listen to me? Let me tell him why people were gunning for him. Why not me tell Mimi, hey, she's trying to keep and maintain relationships so she at least has votes, you know, to keep, like, if she does get, you know, thrown on, thrown on the block or whatnot. But she's telling people things. So she's putting things together, and just like that, she's just like throwing more information out there, see what sticks.
But
And
she's
if
not
she
being
wouldn't,
targeted. You
hey,
think?
she was being I mean, like, well, yes, Jared was targeting her. That was the whole thing, and why this whole mess is happening is because he like Jared had just been so on this rampage about Corey in America, Corey in America, Corey in America, that it got back to them, you know, and it was very, very serious. And
Yeah.
so yeah, had America not had this conversation with Cameron wouldn't had all of those conversations with, you know, with Jag, with,
Hmm.
you know, this is multiple seeds planting. I mean, let me also preface by saying I don't think America did this in any strategic way. She said it because she just wanted shit to blow up.
Yeah. Or was it all a
Corey,
part of her master plan?
well, yes. Well, yes. A part of the master plan is I'm going to do this and it's going to stir chaos.
Yeah.
But that's the difference in, yes, it's part of her chaotic master plan, but in sense it's not the strategic, how is this going to work? I'm going to tell Cam, and Cam's going to tell Jag, and Jag is going to do this, and I'm going to tell Mimi, but Mimi's going to tell Felicia. No, she's doing it to just cause as much, you know, chaos the other way, but
Yeah.
she's giving that person the ammunition so that she's good with that person. You know what I'm saying? She's just
Yeah.
saying, like, I'm going to tell you this because I'm cool with you. Like, just like how she was trying to tell Jag, hey, you don't have the numbers. Hey, you don't have this. Hey, Blue is not that tight with you as you think she is. Like, hey, all of this stuff. Like, she's constantly trying to tell this person.
Yeah.
And somehow Jag just doesn't trust her. And she's like, what can I do? Like, everybody thinks poor America is lying. She's telling the truth. Now, when she gets, like I said before, when she gets caught up and people are like, did you say this? She'll be like, no, I didn't say that. That's about the most that she's lying about,
Lying.
but
Yeah.
she's not like manipulating, doing all of this stuff like that. I've seen like comments, like chat, please tell me if I'm wrong because I haven't seen it, but she's throwing the match, lighting it on fire, and it's going ablaze by itself because she knows that this house is just a bunch of tattletales and liars and people that are in alliances with each other that she's not in, and she knows that it's going to fucking blow up.
She's Regina
That's
George.
the
She's
the,
Regina George.
Regina
She's Regina
George.
George.
She
And she put
was.
that burn book out there. And I love to see it. And then I love the conversation. And I think why I am loving Corey today is because he's standing up to everything that was going on with um Jared. Because Jared thought he was going to be able to pull people in the room and still continue on with his lies. And I think Jared was the only one saying, I mean, not Jared. I think Corey was the only one saying, bruh, not over here. Nope, not over here. Didn't you say he kept bringing up the 7 deadly sins, the, the for real alliance, which Jared's like, his cards were shown and he was throwing out everything that he could to make it seem like he was telling the truth. And Corey would not back down, which is when I remember I was texting you and I was like, I feel like he's chipping away at them because then you had Bowie James sitting here, Jag sitting here, you had Matt sitting here. At one point, Sari came in the room. I don't even remember when she got walked in, but then it's just these people who they can be fickle. And at one
Mhm.
point, Jared had, and I think maybe he still does. I mean, they cut the feeds. He had Matt and Corey pissed off at Jared. I mean, at Jag, like really upset. He told them lies and said, Jack told me last night that y'all said something about Izzy, and I can't remember who was in the room, but he said it was you and somebody else. Matt started spilling the beans and putting puzzle pieces together for Jared, and then Corey started spilling the beans and putting puzzle pieces together, and then he just ran with that collectively and made a story into it. And then they got so mad at Jag, and I kept thinking to myself, somebody go wake up Jag. And you know who decided to do it? Sari and Izzy. They said, well, why you go talk to Corey and Matt and you go gaslight them with those lies, we'll go wake up Matt, we'll go wake up Jag. And it was just really bothersome to me because they all could be a great alliance together if they stop trusting the people that they're telling each other to distrust. You can't tell me don't trust Jess. And then as soon as Jess tells you something, now you're looking at me and say, well, Jess told me, you told me not to trust her. Why you trusted her? It was really frustrating. And then everybody's now in the same room and Jared's yelling at the top of his lungs at everyone. And Corey's the only one in the room who's saying that's a lie. It was almost like everybody else was afraid. Jag was there. He wasn't standing up for herself. Bowie Jane was there. She was standing up for herself too, Miss Cerie. Who else? Matt was there. He wasn't standing up for himself or saying anything. Corey was the only one in that room saying, bruh, no, stupid, you dumb. That's not what happened.
In also many words.
Yeah,
he's Corey like, don't talk like that, but that's fine.
That's a lie. Okay, if you want to talk, go talk because that's a lie. That's not how it happened. And he was just he let Jared hang himself. But my problem was it made me frustrated because of the fickle people around him. I felt like they were feeding into it. I felt like they were taking the bait that Jared was putting down. And then when Miss Cerie, when Cerie was coming in, she was like, yeah, I agree. You know, she comes in as this voice of reason. I felt like Matt was taking the bait. I felt like Jag was taking the bait. And it was frustrating because I was like, we need those 2 votes.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah. I agree with you, and I think that from watching, the chat, seems like a lot of them agree as well. And it is frustrating this last house half of a house meeting, because it was not a house meeting, right. But it was very stressful because yes, Corey was taking on a lot of
everybody's lies. He was defending every person.
However, I feel, and I need to believe, I really, really do need to believe that yesterday's conversations between, Jag and Matt and Corey and America, that all of these conversations beforehand were just so strongly bonded by very similar things that they can see past that. Jag doesn't seem like he's going to be the one who's opening up his mouth. He doesn't feel like he's in a place to really talk about it. Neither does Bowie. But like I feel like a majority of that. Matt wants to stay in the middle. We've already seen this. He's been so great at just not really showing where his cards are at. He's playing a great crazy enough, a great floater rat position. I've been very surprised with him in terms of how he's kind of managing this, because he even went from hating America to to working with her. Now, is it true? Is I would like to think that the choices that Matt and Jag made will keep up for at least this eviction, given that it's going to happen within the next couple of hours. That Jared didn't just lie some more and gaslight people and try to yell at people to scare them to keep to keep Izzy, because ultimately what Jared can do is talk all he wants, and Cerie's right there next to him to kind of soften the blow. And that's unfortunately, or fortunately for Cerie, but her missed in what she's able to do. But I feel like maybe, in my opinion, that Jared has just made so many mistakes that Izzy is going to leave today. However, this chaotic cast
You never know.
is you never know, because I would think that they're good enough players to see this, but we've seen Jag maneuver. As much as I love Jag, like, people on Twitter have called him out to be the worst player
He
of
is.
all Big Brother seasons, and I don't necessarily see
I
it
won't
like
say all of
that.
that,
I'm
but
not
he's
going to say
not
all
good
of
at this
that, but
game
he's
this
not
season.
good. He's not good at this game. Unfortunately, I don't think that he is very good at this game.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a girl that wasn't that great at the game, in the terms there I could not also I couldn't be as manipulative and as, and as cutthroat as I feel like I needed to be my first time round.
Mhm.
Second time might be a different story. But Jag is very like, he's too stuck. He's still stuck from 3 weeks ago. Like, he's still
Girl,
trying to
if
figure
he
out who
brings up the
flipped.
7 deadly
I
sins one
think
more time, I'm gonna chop my head off.
I think Jag is still trying to figure out if I think the feeds cut so that he can ask everybody who voted for him in the last when they kicked him out. I think he's just like, did you vote for me? Did you want to keep me? Or did you really want to see me out the house? And maybe he's still gonna ask people those questions. Maybe he's gonna ask Izzy. He's gonna be like, Izzy, I have a question for you. Did you vote for me knowing that I was gonna come back? Like, and he
It's
probably
so
just asked it just
weird. The
like
boy
that in
is
order for
weird.
him
And that's what
to
I felt
know.
like. I'm telling you, just seeing this argument, and I hope that they show this argument today, or at least on Friday, on Sunday. Like, it's sitting there and Matt sitting there, it felt like to me, they got them. Like, they got them.
No,
Because Jared was yelling and he was trying to dispel these things. Corey, he was standing his ground. He was defending them, standing his ground and standing their ground. And then when Jared would say, "Well, was I in the Jag?" And he's like, "No." Oh, okay, Matt, tell him. What did I do that? No. And I was like, "Why are y'all agreeing with this man?" Because he's clearly lying on something. It just and then here's Cerise. She's like, and I agree with him. That wasn't. I thought those things were real, and I really and it just I don't. I'm really at a crossroads right now. I'm really at a
yeah.
crossroads, and knowing that they cut the feeds, I don't know who they're believing.
Look, I want to believe. I need, like Jack said, I need to believe that this is gonna come through. Not because I want Izzy out. Bless that woman. Like, I really hate that it's between the two of them, but the fact that I am very, very sick of just one side having all of the power. I just
Yeah,
need
we're
there
done
to
with it.
be, I just need there to be like some type at Izzy's
Shake it up.
expense. Unfortunately, I just need there to be something. And look, it I'm excited about today. Like, we all said, Busy unfortunately has to, we would love to be talking to you like until this episode starts,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's gonna
and
start
I have to
in
go.
an hour. Yeah, it's gonna start in about an hour and 45 minutes. Blue is going to he's going to the House
House
Chops
shots.
watch party with Azza and a few others there in DC. So I'm like, I have serious major FOMO.
Oh, I'll
And
blog it.
yeah, so follow Busy, at Busy Blue. He'll probably be, posting, maybe talking a little bit about like what's happening at,
If I can remember.
on the show. If you can remember, he's going to be probably talking and
Yeah.
just chatting it up with people. But in the chat, I need to know who's leaving today. Did the
Ooh.
flip happen? Is it Izzy? Is it
Oh, I
Miss
want to see what they have
Felicia?
to say. So if you think it's
Look,
Izzy, put Izzy or 1 or Felicia or 2.
I love Izzy. I love them all, really, with the exception of some,
Mhm.
but for the majority. However,
I need Izzy to go.
I need Izzy to leave so I can watch a Miss Felicia wall comp. Please, a Miss Felicia wall comp. Like, someone had said it's the anniversary of my wall comp. Actually, I think this is more so the anniversary of, because this is pretty early for a wall comp.
Yeah.
This is like day 30. What day is this?
Oh, I don't know.
I
It has to
forget.
be like 40 something because it was like
Day
20.
40. Does anybody know?
Babe, what day is
Uh
it?
it is a wall comp, except it's not the anniversary of my particular wall comp, because I feel like week 6 was the week that I actually went HOH. So it was not a wall comp, obviously. But
Day 45.
I'm excited. Yeah, this was right around the flip that, that the Jacks, like, that we were, getting the Jacks out. Mine was, I think, day 49. It was 4 years ago. Don't blame me if I don't remember. But I'm really excited because I
Me
really
too.
want Miss Felicia on this wall. Not that I'm ungrateful for being the wall queen right now and the iconic wall queen. I would
I
hate
think
to
she
give
would
up
be
my
choice.
title. But I do not mind passing it on to Miss
Do you see
Felicia.
how she fell during that spinning comp? Oh, sorry. She would outdo you.
I
She's gonna outdo you.
Look, they said, "Why do you want Miss Felicia on the wall comp?" Because look, because even though I love people sending me my wall fall and like how ridiculous I was,
This Felicia is so gonna
I
be so much
I
more
like to
dramatic.
watch. I think representation is very important, and I need to see how other people react to this who are not in their early 20s, and if they fall, don't break a hip, so, and not, oh my god, and not to say that I do not want Miss Felicia to break a hip at all. This is not what I'm
No
saying.
bones
Like,
breaking. That's gonna happen.
I just want the
It's gonna be
commentary. I
iconic.
think you need a Miss Felicia on the wall. First of all, I think we're getting it live. Like, we'd be able to watch it live. And if we
Okay.
do watch, it's been confirmed that it is the wall comp. So if we watch it live after the show, then we will be able to see this. And I just think it's just going to be colorful commentary. And look, this season has been so amazing, mainly because I am not for one or another to win the
Right.
season.
It's
I'm
shit.
not standing anybody so insanely hard that I will get, mad if somebody else's win. I think that this is just a very engaging, and the fact that it's been so chaotic is keeping me on my toes. And I'm just here for team #fun feeds, #messy feeds, #chaotic feeds, throw strategy. I love the fact that we have Corey with the strategic, with the strategic plays. But
Yeah.
if it was a house full of Corys, we would be snoozing. Although we would probably put this as the number one worst season
True.
of the series. Like, what makes it so fun is that you have someone like Corey who's being strategic, but you have people like Izzy and America who are throwing matches into the hay and say, "Let this shit burn," and this is what I love.
This is what Big Brother's all about.
So, and who wants this final four?
He
Who
says final four
his
is
final
Sari.
four? Sari, Izzy versus Cam in America.
Well, you gotta let
Yes.
that go because Izzy's leaving tonight. You want to close us out, Jess? I'll
I
be
will
ready.
too. We're like, some people are like, I want to see Jared on the block. Someone said throw Jack away. Oh my god.
Not throw
Well,
him away, my God.
we love that you all love and not love half, like, this cast,
Yeah,
because I love and not love this cast as well. So the fact that you all had different you know favorites and finals, I love. And I mean, ultimately, I'm gonna be here to support America all the way. Like, I love me some Sari. Do I think she's doing a great predictable job? Yes, because it's predictable that she's gonna run all of these people over. She is a queen, as she should be, but to watch her play is like, it's like, oh, these poor people are not that's great at this game. And so I love the fact that America's giving her a run for her money, that Corey is on her side to kind of keep it nice and calm and tight, and just like, there he grounds her to not make her make too much of a mess of it.
I mean,
But
except for
I'm
today.
I'm
He was
excited.
cussing the people out today.
It
Today,
you
Corey was in rare
know
form.
Yeah. Oh my God. Someone said, Paige said, where my brujas at? Where my brujas at? We need Izzy gone tonight. All the witches. That's right. We're gonna be lighting some candles. Sorry,
Yes.
Izzy. No, really do love to see Izzy on the feeds. Hate to see her go. If she does, I mean, we still don't know. So this is gonna be amazing. But make sure you like, hit
Please
like,
make sure you take a
subscribe,
second while you're watching this
check back,
video.
and make sure you subscribe and click those notifications, because you never know when we're going to be on, and we appreciate each and every one of you, the 126 people that are on right now. Like, we seriously like love and appreciate you. So make sure you click that like and then comment below if you have a question for Suri.
If you have a question for Sari, if you
That
have
means like if
a
you have a
question
question for Suri.
please let us know
Oh
if you
my
have a question for
God.
Sari. If you have questions for Sari, please let us know.
No, if you have questions for Izzy, look at this man. If you have questions for Izzy or Miss Felicia, put them in the comments. We are going to be interviewing somebody tomorrow. So if you have any questions, I think if you haven't watched the Red interview, we have the Red interview up on our page. So make sure you check that out if you want some of his answers to some questions that we asked. But this one's going to be juicy because I really want to ask her some really great questions.
Who's her?
Huh?
You want to
Izzy.
ask her?
I want to ask Izzy.
If you have
for
questions for
Miss
Izzy, please
Felicia.
let us know.
Someone says I have questions. I have questions for Suri. A part of me like loves that it's one of these two, because with pre-jurors, you get to do the one-on-ones, which is awesome because you get to see their face. Once jury comes, then we just ask the questions and then CBS asks them. So it's just not as engaging or as fun. But I love. Yes, everybody give lots of love to Busy. He's going to be traveling this week, so you might or may not see him on a couple of these recaps. Let's get real, I probably won't recap but without him, but but I will be exit interviewing this week with potentially a special guest. So so get your what? No, he didn't. Get your questions for Izzy ready. Put them in the comments.
Divided. We're house divided here.
It's all up in the air. Yeah. What's going on with this flip is that they clicked everything off and we still don't know what's happening.
We have no idea. They cut the feeds during a fight.
I'm gonna say Izzy's gone to the watch this be a unanimous vote too.
And I feel that way too, because I feel like who's gonna ruin it? I feel like Jerry and Felicia gonna ruin it, and it's gonna make it unanimous. And I really don't, and Blue, and I really don't like that. But I mean, whatever, however we get Izzy out of here, we get her out of here. But I feel like they're gonna make it unanimous too, and I don't like that. Give her some pity vote so we can stop doing this unanimous vote.
Yeah,
girl, we were supposed to end 10 minutes ago.
That's just how it is. Sorry. I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Okay, we'll see ya. Let me see ya. Click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye.